Hello Libra, happy 2019. I'm Chris, welcome to your January tarot scope. January reading, that's easier to say, huh? So Libra, 2018, huh? What a year. Now look guys, 2019, what we're doing here is we're letting a lot of shit go, right? I almost didn't wear this shirt for you guys because I've been wearing it for all my other readings, but I was just meditating on Libra's energy before I started here. And I think January and into the new year, guys, is going to be a big year of letting go of attachments, letting go of all of the things that kept you down. I think that y'all have been mad at me before for not talking a lot about love in the readings, right? And I get it. Libra, we need connection, right? We need love to feel your best. I'm a Libra moon. I know very well that I'm my best when I am in love. But for a while, Libra, I think we've been allowing the energy, the desire for love to make us a bunch of dumb bitches. To let people walk all over us, to let people into our lives who weren't worth it. Can you look back, all you single Libras, on the past year and maybe see a lot of situations where you kind of let something into your life that shouldn't have been just because you wanted affection, just because you wanted romance, just because you wanted connection? So what we're doing in 2019, Libra, we're raising our vibration, right? We're not letting things attach their suckers, their hooks, get their hooks in us right now, right? And you know why? Because we're preparing for what's coming. And what's coming, Libra? I think like big love is coming. I really do. I think that right now, Libra's in a place to prepare for big romance this year. Whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you end up being with your soulmate or not, like this year is going to be about romance. This year is going to be about propelling Libra towards that connection that you crave so much. All right, so Libra, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's start off with your central energy for the month of January. And then we'll go ahead and see what else we got going on here. Quick note, private readings are available. You can check that out in the description, as well as the cards I'm going to be using today. The names are going to be there as well. The donations, I just want to I made a link for my PayPal donations. I just have to say, like, I didn't even expect to get donations, and people have been sending things, and it makes me feel so good. Like, I love when you guys buy readings, but something about the donations feels very special, right? It makes me feel like you value these videos that I'm making here for you guys on YouTube. So I really appreciate those. If you want to help support, you can do that there. Also, check me out on Instagram. That's below as well. All right, Libra, so let's go ahead and see what central energies you got going on for you for the month of January 2019. What did I just say? I swear, I don't know if I'm just like becoming more tuned as I do this work more and more, or something. It's just like the things that come out of my mouth, the cards just validate. Central energy for the month of January, the Page of Cups. What is this, Libra? This is being ready to receive. This is new love. This is new happiness, new joy. This is someone who knows what they're worth and has the like audacity to demand it. To say to the universe, like, this is what I want. Give it to me. I deserve it. Right? This is emotional fulfillment, guys, with the Page of Cups. This is the beginning of a new chapter of your lives where happiness is abundant, where love and connection are abundant, where your dreams can come true. All of the air signs, you guys are the last air sign I'm doing this month, but I noticed like all of the air signs right now are in a big manifesting mode where it's like our thoughts and our words can just create. So Libra, like right now, get clear on what it is that you want, right? We're starting over fresh, right? What was old, what didn't work before is gone, right? It's okay to just start over in certain ways, right? It's okay to let failures, let the past be the past. And now we have an opportunity to start over. First card out, Death in Reverse. I think some things you don't want to let go of though, Libra. I think there are other ways of there have been blah 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 blah. I'm losing my words. There have been comfortable ways of being that maybe you might not even recognize have kind of been holding you back, right? There, and I want you, and I want to challenge you guys, right? Don't just get mad at me. Like, think about it, right? Think about the ways in which like you might not have been ready to move forward yet. Think about the ways you might have been really resisting change. Think about the ways you might have been saying that you want love and you want affection and you want true companionship, and then like not really being ready or willing to go for it. Death in reverse is a resistance. But the good thing is that it's coming out early on in the spread, right? So hopefully what we're doing, this is an indication of the past. This is an indication of the energy that we're kind of moving out of. So Libra, I want you this month to take stock of attachments to things, right? Think about attachments. Think about things that have become such a part of your identity, ways of being, right? Because sometimes we get comfortable. And sometimes our identity gets intertwined with things that we're not even happy about. But like the idea of getting rid of them almost like feels like death. Right? It feels like a revolutionary like change of our identity and our ego. I think there's some goodbyes, Libra, that you haven't been willing to say. I get it. I was literally just looking through my phone, old pictures, and I came across pictures of my ex. And I thought about deleting them, and you know what I did? I didn't delete them. Because I know that that's probably the healthiest thing to do. So I don't keep scrolling through my phone and finding pictures of us, like, you know, finding other stuff that we had together. But I said no, right? I didn't want to do that. Do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see that resistance that I'm talking about? I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. But Libra, it's about like getting clear on what you want, right? You can't just ask for something and not be willing to make the changes that need to happen to make it come true. And I think change is the name of the game. I think what death is asking you is to face your fears and make radical change. Radical change. Right? I think a lot of us are going to have to leave our jobs. I think a lot of us are going to have to leave our living situations. I think a lot of us are going to have to maybe let go of some friendships and maybe let go of, you know, past connections to people who were toxic. And the thing is that it's not about hurting people, or it's not about like having to be harsh. It's about raising our vibration. Imagine that you're on another level than where you are now, and what doesn't fit anymore. Here we have the waxing moon, first quarter moon. No, not the first quarter, the waxing moon. I think it's like waxing gibbous. That's what it's called. So you see, guys, we're moving towards a place where it's been mostly darkness. Right? It's been a lot of sadness. And that might be why we stay so connected to these things that are familiar. You know, it's the devil you know. It's the devil you know kind of situation. And it's maybe been harder to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's been hard to see maybe the payoff that you get from making these tough decisions and these tough choices. And what this card is asking us to do now is set intentions. Get clear on what we want. Because as we move towards a full moon, we have the opportunity, and we have that coming in 2 weeks. I think right now, actually, this might be the moon phase we're in as I'm recording this. I'm trying to see if I can see it out the window. We had the new moon 2 days ago, so this is right around where we are right now, right? So this tells me like right now we're ready to shift, Libra. Right now you might be ready to change. I think that today is January 8th that I'm recording this. Things might literally be happening right now that are spurring you into action, that are motivating you, that are inspiring you to make change. You might be feeling better. right? Even if things are hard, there's a sense of optimism. There's a sense of hope. There's a sense of I'm not putting up with that anymore. There's a sense of I know what I could have. So I'm not gonna put up with low rent bullshit anymore. And what are we moving towards? Libra? What did I just say in the beginning of this reading? Love. New love. I mean, come on. Come on. Are you guys happy with me finally, Libra? Are you finally happy that there's a reading now where I'm not telling you to put love aside and blah, 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 blah? You know, I feel like that tough love kind of person. That's the person I am a lot in my life. Like, I tell people like it is. That's Gemini. I think that's what we do. We like kind of tell people about themselves because we like to be told about ourselves too. A lot of you are probably like, no, not the Geminis I know. But trust, we do like to get the outside perspective, right? But all this ragging I've been doing with Libra about like focus on your money, focus on yourself, focus on building yourself up, stop putting yourself out. You know why? It was all for preparation for this, because now you're in a place where you're more ready for this than you've been. You have to get to that place, Libra, where you're like, you know what? I'm worthy of a lot before you get the thing that's actually good. Before you get this kind of love, not like sick attraction, not sick attachments, not this is healing love. This is Libra being strong and emotionally like prepared. You've been healing, Libra. All this time that you maybe been sad. Maybe your relationships haven't been going so well. Maybe you're having difficulty with friends. Maybe you've been single for too long. Maybe the relationship you're in has been a little tough. But what you've been doing is healing. Even if you've been crying a lot, even if you've been feeling sad a lot, you know what that does? That puts us in a place where we can pick ourselves up and move forward. Right? Where you get just like fed up. You know, it's like when I'm kind of sad or depressed and like I just lay in bed staring at the wall. And then like after maybe 20-30 minutes, I'm like, Chris, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you still sitting here staring at a wall? And then it's like catharsis, right? That's what the Ace of Cups is, like that flow of water coming out of is like cathartic. It's like clearing. It's like the dam breaking. And now all that gunk, all that shit is pouring out. So I said this with the Geminis, and I'm telling you, I think that the elements, the modalities, the signs by air, earth, air, fire, water, there's a lot of similarities this month. And with the air signs, it's about assimilating the past hurts and pains to move forward. And there's so much blessings for all of them. So the pain was useful. That's something when I was pledging my like military fraternity in college, that they would make us say, this pain is useful, this pain is useful. This pain, Libra, has been useful. You've come into yourself. You're ready to be brand new. Both energies of newness, of freshness in the element of water, in the element of the heart. I'm not making this up. The Magician in reverse. So, as much as I did say that there's a sense of being able to create, now we're hitting this turning point in the reading where where love, where compassion, where emotion, where purity of heart fix us here, right? Where this healing allows us now to see clearly. The Magician in reverse is telling us that our connection to the greater things in life, to our connection to the source that drives us has been a little off. I keep saying us. That you haven't been feeling powerful. You haven't known exactly where you were going and what to do. And now, Libra, there might still be some confusion going forward about what exactly we're doing with our lives. Where do we go from here a little bit, right? I think the advice, Libra, is that as much as there's been healing, we're still not out of the woods where the things are happening, right? I think what's saying here is that there still needs to be some time to get to know yourself, right? I'm not saying to stay single, Libra, but I am saying like the remember how I was saying like the true love is not the manifesting. If you're single, if you're looking for love, it's still like in a preparing for it phase is what I want to say. There's still a little more healing that needs to be done. There's still a little more internal work that needs to be done before that thing comes into your life. There's more building that needs to be done, Libra. There's more independence that needs to be done. There's more need to recognize your worth. I think that that's been a problem, recognizing worth, right? Recognizing what you have to offer. So, still a little more work, Libra, right? Still a little more work that needs to be done with the Three of Pentacles. A little more putting yourself out into the world. I think that's what this is. I think there's still some establishing of yourself that needs to be done in the material world. I think that there's some need of independence. Ironic, right? How independence paves the way to love. But there's some need here of being able to stand on your own. With the Three of Pentacles, we're creating, we're putting ourselves out into the world. We're putting who we are on display. And this is sort of what fixes this energy, I think, right? When you define things, when you figure out who you are, when you start acting, start creating. Whether or not you're like an artistic person, I think it's time, Libra, to start being creative. What is it that like makes you content? For me, I love doing these videos. I love creating content. I love writing. Right? And these are all things that we're coming back to this month. Coming back to a place where you're like grounded in the things that you do well. I think also I'm coming back to this Magician, right? That I feel like here, right, he's a channel from the heavens to earth. And here it's almost as if like there's a channel where like he's not bringing things down, but putting things up, in the sense where like there's a need to connect, I think, to something greater than yourself right now. To your spirituality, to projects, right? To something finite that helps restore you. That is healing, right? So do what you need to do to connect. If you meditate, pray, burn candles, whatever makes you feel like spiritually connected to something greater. That gives you strength, and that gives you the ability to create them, right? You have to be kind of plugged in. And again, it doesn't have to be artistic creation. Anything that is like opens up the pathways from inspiration to creation. So whether that's just like rearranging your house or buying some cute outfits or whatever it is, Libra is a sign, you're ruled by Venus. Being creative, being artistic is sort of part of it, and whatever that means to you, right? Whether it's fashion, whether it's literature, whether it's a painting or singing. And then here we go, last card of the circle here, Four of Cups in reverse. Coming out of apathy. What happens when you start working? What happens when you start connecting to something greater than yourself? You come out of apathy, you come out of complacency. See what I mean about how we're going full circle now? I'll show you the cards in a second. Going full circle now with what I was saying about death in reverse. Not being willing to, almost being comfortable, right? With the Four of Cups this way, this is someone who's just kind of kicking back. Someone who's not happy but not doing anything about it. And now with the assurance of Four of Cups in reverse, by the end of this month, guys, you're going to be shaking off those feelings. You're going to be shaking off that sense of like, what's the word, ennui, right? That sort of sadness, that sort of like aimlessness. So this month is a lot about direction, Libra. This month is a lot about assimilating what's happened. This month is about not just feeling like you've changed, but seeing it in action, right? Seeing it in a material way. The bottom of the deck is Five of Swords. Feeling like for a long time like you just can't win. Feeling for a long time like things were against you. The odds were stacked against you. But Libra, I already used this title for the Gemini video, but again, I want to say that this pain was useful. So what have you learned? Right? What have you learned? It's reassuring. Let me show you the cards before I do outcome, so you can see what I'm looking at here. All right, cool. So again, you see how we're starting in the middle with the Page of Cups, with this love, with this connection to the divine. You see almost the way that these two cards are like opposite of each other, where he has his cup up and is pointing to the ground, and now this guy is pointing down to the sky, but it's in reverse. He's doing the same kind of motion, but it's in reverse. Because we need to create. You need to make real moves right now, Libra. This is what I think this is saying. This is what all of this is saying. There's been enough healing that's been happening. And now it's time to make moves. There's this thing about self-esteem I read. The self-esteem is something that has to be earned. And you earn it by your accomplishments. You earn it by putting yourself out into the world. You earn it by establishing things in the world and seeing them. And knowing what you are capable of. And Libra, you need to start putting that into action. Right? Because there's so much possibility here for love to enter your life. But it's like with death, there's like stuff that has to be cleared away still to make room for the new. Let's look at outcome cards for Libra. Hey, there we go. You see? Okay. So we have these two fives. Still a lot of conflict going on, right? The Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. Libra, you're gonna have to struggle through some last remaining remnants. You know what this is reminding me of? We're still in Capricorn season, and it's like there's always like this delay period to change, right? Like today, excuse me, deciding today to start working out doesn't mean that you're gonna have the body you want now, right? Like you have to know that it's gonna take time. Working on your finances now, you might still be dealing with a lot of shit, right? Still a lot of debt, like things that are still bothering you. Making the change now doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen right away. And I think this is what this is saying. That there's still some pain left over. There's still some difficulty with people. But Libra, the challenge here, I see this as a challenge. I see this as a challenge to work through this, right? If what we're talking about here is connection and love, why is this still happening? Five of Wands is can be conflict, but it's unnecessary. It's very different from the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is that kind of conflict where you can't win. Five of Wands is almost like unnecessary. Just not being able to get along. Not being able to fit with other people, right? And then getting you into, I have to warn you, Libra, about like allowing yourself to sink into a place of despair. You have to constantly remind yourself this month of how great you are. Do not let yourself, you need to catch yourself with the negative self-talk. You need to catch yourself when you're slipping into this place where you feel like you ain't shit. It's great to say that you're the shit, right? But there's going to be moments where you don't feel it. And the challenge is to overcome that. And how do you overcome that? Other card is Two of Wands. By keeping your eye on the prize. Right? By reminding yourself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This has to be walked away from, though. This Five of Wands energy. Five of Cups, this is something that you're going to have to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and resolve to be happy. Resolve to see what you have going for you, right? This is avoidable. If this is coming up in your life, it means there's still things that you're attached to that you shouldn't be. If you're still feeling at odds with the people around you, if you're still in conflict and arguing with people, or just not feeling settled in your home life, it's time for changes, Libra. Keep your eye on the future, right? You have to recognize that the future is created in the present. Give yourself a little time. Give yourself a month or two of the new year of working towards your goals, to start to see it and start to feel it. But Libra, I'm going to say again, I think that there's something in your life that just needs to be let go of. There's an attachment that is almost like keeping you from this. All right, bottom of the deck again. Three of Wands in reverse. So guys, I'm sorry to say at the end of this reading that there's a lot of patience that's still required of you. It's not negative. Like, I don't want you to walk away being like, oh, more bad news. No. Because what did I say at the very end? We're talking about shaking that off. We're shaking off. But it's almost like when you're healing something, it's like when the pus and stuff comes out, like stuff is still like coming out. Feelings are still being purged. This reminds me of me again. Like, I'm going to start shuffling with this oracle deck that I'm going to use right now. It's the Supra Oracle. A beautiful new deck. It's a companion. It's kind of like a companion oracle to the tarot cards I use. And again, that'll be in the description if you're interested in checking that out. Gorgeous deck. It reminds me of myself again, right? Where I feel like I'm dating somebody new, and it's great. He's amazing. But there still feels like I was just looking through pictures where I saw my ex, and like feelings came up, and I was like, ooh, there's still stuff that needs to be worked through. So you get what I'm saying. You got 1 foot out of the bullshit, but 1 foot still you kind of need to like shake it off, right? Shake the shit off your foot. And you're going to be inspired to do that by the end of the month. You're going to go into February like really ready to embrace your future and to really be ready to start new. And then that's when love comes your way, and that's when happiness comes your way, and that's when you start to see that the light at the end of the tunnel. All right. So the card we have is Anima. Represents like the feminine force within us, right? Libra, what I'm going to say to you is to be gentle with yourself and others this month. To nurture yourself, to really truly care for the well-being of your heart and your emotions. Right? I read some great thing today on the internet about how like if I'm blocking you, it's not because you won or because I'm weak or whatever, it's because I value my peace. And when I hear from you, when I see your words, and when I see your face, when I see your name, it disrupts my peace. So Anima is kind of asking us to find that peace within us. Right? It starts in your heart, Libra. You have to find the peace within right now. However that is. If you need to just go on walks. If you need to do meditation. I'm going to start, I've said this before, but this is the second reading that's come up. In the next few weeks, I'm definitely going to start offering meditation on this channel because I think it's very needed. And have years of experience meditating, and I've written many meditations, and I'm going to start doing it for us because we need it, right? We can't just come to this channel to look at what's going to happen, right? We need ways of putting what we learn and what we see into action. Libra, find ways to have inner peace. Get away from things that are causing you stress, even if you just have to go take a walk around the block because your family is stressing you out. Even if like you have to like start taking up yoga, meditation, working out, whatever it is that gives you peace of mind right now. Whatever, this is weird to say, but I almost want you to embrace a little healthy escapism. Right? Distraction. This is about really, really, really caring for your heart. Making that a priority. All right? Libra, I love you so much. Please take heart, be encouraged, because again, what this is all doing for you is preparing you for the greatness that is coming your way. Right? Capricorn season, I think, is hard on Libra. Libra doesn't do so well with this intense, harsh energy. But guys, we got Aquarius and Pisces season coming up real soon. That should make you feel a little more at ease, right? And that's what I'm saying. By the end of the month, you're going to feel a little more at ease. Right? When we get into Aries season, when we start the spring, you're going to be ready to take off. Oh, is it going to be a sexy, loving, good time? Libra, I love you so much. Again, check out the description below for donations, private readings, art decks, all that stuff. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I will talk to you in a few weeks for your February reading. All right, Libra, I love you. You take care. Bye-bye.